God created you for love, so that he could love someone. He created us for him, for his enjoyment, so that he wouldn't be alone, so that he would have something to share all of his power and all of his creation with. Now, if we look at that and how important God's love for us was from the very beginning, when in Genesis it tells us what happened in the beginning, and that it tells us that there was a war in heaven. I mean, even in Genesis 6, I believe it is, talks about the fallen angels and the Nephilim and how they commingled themselves with women in the earth and created a defiled race to try to steal God's DNA and his creation in man. So in the beginning, the war was over jealousy, over the fall of Lucifer, which I think is in Isaiah 14, maybe, the fall of Lucifer. Okay, and then the third of the angels that went with him, which is the battle that it tells us in Ephesians 6 as well, that our battle is not against flesh and blood. No, because the battle is in the heavens against God himself, with these fallen angels that have tried repeatedly since the beginning to thwart the plan of God, to steal the earth, to steal every created thing that God made, to defile it and to make it their own. If you look into the whole transhumanism movement and everything else, it tends to make sense. But anyway, all of this and this little brief understanding of everything is about God's love for us. And when we truly see the blessing and the wow that God chose us, so much that he wasn't going to let the fallen angel, Satan, or his whole defiled created force take one thing that God made for us when he gave it to Adam and Eve in the beginning and said, here, this is for you. Take it. Take care of it. Multiply it. Nurture it. That when we threw that away, we throw it away. We don't understand, and we choose ourselves, or we choose, to sin and to turn away from the order that God gave it. That God gave the order for his creation from the beginning and said, here, keep it. Keep my order, keep my commandment, keep my plan. Then everything will be blessed. When we deviated away from that and said, I got a better plan. I'm going to do what I want. That's when sin, which is anything against the correct order of God, comes in and starts to change things up. So, with that brief history of creation and mankind and where we're at, comes to where God said enough when the earth was completely ransacked with sin. Yes, in Noah's day, he was trying to wipe out the defiled race. And yet there were still some in the earth after that. I forget that verse that says about that, but I can find it. So then he says, you know what? I'm going to come in the flesh myself. And I am going to go and make myself man and live with him. And that's where Jesus came. And Jesus came and put an end to it all and said, I'm taking them for myself. You cannot have them. I am shedding my own blood. And nothing in all of the universe can compare. And that's what Jesus did for us. That's incredible. Why would we not want to tell everyone about this? Why would we not want to share this, the most joyous thing in all of created history, that Jesus chose us, and that we would want to choose him back and to live for him and to love him endlessly, because he created us for him to be his bride, to be his perfect and spotless creation, and to live with him for all eternity, to enjoy every possible thing he could create, anything that we could imagine he would create for us to enjoy, and he would enjoy living in that creation with us. There's so much to talk about. So I'm just sharing a little bit about what's on my mind today and the place of rejoicing that I am giving for Jesus and his sacrifice that he made for us today. And I just pray that he will hear our rejoicing and hear our hearts of appreciation and adoration for him, and love and choose to love and serve him with our life because of his great love for us.